Hello children, how are you? Okay, I'm gonna make this exercise example of this sphere. Okay, here we have the formula for the volume of a sphere. The volume equals 4/3 multiply p multiply r cube. Okay, so for example, if you have r to be 2, then the volume will be 4/3 multiply p multiply 2q. Okay, you solve this with a calculator and then you have the result. There's another type of exercise, okay, when I can give you the volume. Okay, for example, let's say I give you the volume of a certain sphere that is 33.5 centimeters cube. Okay, I give you the volume, and the question is which is the value of the radius for you to have a sphere of this volume. So what you should do is you replace the volume with this value, and r is the unknown value now. Okay, r is the unknown value, and then as any equation you solve for r. So what do you do? Okay, first, if you want to solve for r, you want to leave it alone. Okay, so this 3 that is divided can go to the other side multiplying. What we are doing here actually is all that we have been seeing last year, right? We multiply with 3 over here, we multiply with 3, we divide by 4, we divide by 4, then we also can divide by p. We divide by p. Okay? So you simplify these expressions, 4 with 4, 3 with 3, and p with p, and you are left 33.5 3/4 multiply p equals r cubed. Okay? The result of all this is 78.93. 93 centimeters cube, and this is radius cube. Then how do you solve this with the power? To solve for the power, you use the roots. Okay, if it's cube, you will solve this with root cube. Okay, root cube. In this case, you sort of simplify this to 3, and you're left with a 3, and then you solve this, okay, with a calculator. You have to do this with a calculator. Sorry guys, students, I made a mistake here. You don't multiply by p, you divide by p. Okay, you are divided by p. So the result for this, when you solve it with a calculator, is 7.99 centimeters cube. And then you use the cube roots, and this is 1.99 centimeters. Okay, this is almost, the radius is almost 2 centimeters. Okay, okay, so this is how you find the radius if they give you the value of the volume. Okay, sometimes they give you the value of the radius, and then you put all these values in the calculator, and then you find the volume. Or in other cases, they give you the value, or the exercise give you the value of the volume, and then you have to solve for, in this case, r. R will be like your x, okay, your unknown value. That is why we say you solve for r. I can give you another exercise for you to find the radius. Okay, find the radius for a sphere of volume 113 centimeters cube For another radius, for another volume, find the radius for a volume of sphere of 268 centimeters cube. And if you want to do another one, you can do another one for a volume of 523 centimeters cube. Okay, for these volumes, find the radius. Okay. Let's think this example. Okay, you have the volume of a triangular prism. This is the formula. Okay, this is the cross section. Okay, this is the cross section. The value of the front of the area of the front of the shape. Okay, and this is L. This is L. How you stretch it to the back. Okay, let's say, for example, that you have this information that this the height is 6 and the base of the edge, this front is 4. And they'll tell you, well, the volume of this triangular prism is 144 centimeters cube. Okay, now with the formula, this volume equals 1/2 multiply the base, which is the base, 4 centimeters, multiply the height, which is the value of the height, 6 centimeters, multiply the length, which is an unknown value. So I write L, okay, the length. So now I have an equation and I have to solve for L. What do you do first? First, 144 centimeters cube equals, then I will solve all this, okay? 1/2 multiply 4 multiply 6. This is 12 centimeters square, okay? Because you have 1 centimeters and 2 centimeters. When they multiply each other, it's centimeters square, okay? Multiply the value L. Now I have to solve for L. What do? I divide by 12 on both sides, and now I have to solve this. 144 divided 12, this is 12 centimeters, okay? Because centimeters cube divided centimeter square is centimeter. So the value of the length is 12 centimeters, okay? We could have done this the same to find the base, okay? If I give you the value of the length and I don't give you the value of the base, then you will just solve for B. B will be your unknown value, okay? Now let's think of a few examples with this. Let's think of a volume that is of a volume that is 45 centimeters cube. The value of the base can be 3 centimeters. The length can be 6 centimeters. And you have to find the value of the height, okay? So again, remember this is the formula. Volume equals 1/2 B multiply height multiply length, okay? So you have this value, you have this value, you have this, sorry, you have this value, but you don't have this value, okay? So you replace values and then you solve for H. Let's do another example, sorry, another exercise for you to practice. Let's say for another one, we have a volume of 12 centimeters cube with the value of the base that is an unknown value. Okay, you don't know the value of the base, you have to find it. The value of the height can be 2 centimeters and the value of the length can be 3 centimeters, okay? Again, you have to solve for, in this case, H using the formula and then L using the formula, okay? Here's an exercise, exam-like exercise, okay? You have this square that is 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters, and then you have these shaded areas. You have to think of a way of finding the shaded area and the perimeter. Remember that the perimeter is all that is around, okay, the shaded area. All that. You have this to here. All this is the perimeter, okay? All this is the perimeter. And then you have to think a way of finding, for example, this shaded area. What is this shaded area out of this quarter of a circle, okay? Because here you have a quarter of a circumference. And you have to think, okay, this is the side of the square. But is there a relation between this length and the radius of a circumference, of this circumference, okay? And if so, which is the value? And what else? And you have to think, what is all this side of the perimeter? What is this out of this rectangular triangle, okay? You have to think what that is. How do you call that, okay? Of this rectangular triangle, okay? Rectangular triangle. And well, let's try to think it, okay, and do it. And that's pretty much, it's easy to find, okay? You have to find this area, let's say, for example, area 1, which is the value for that area 1. You can think of all this area, and what do you have to do to all this area to find this section of the shaded area, okay? Well, this is called area 2. Area 2, which is a relation between this half of a circle of the square, this half of the square, and this slice of pizza of the circumference, okay? Remember that all that is in white is area that you have somehow cut it, okay? You have taken out of this shape, okay? Well, that's pretty much it's what you have to do. Okay, this is the individual exercise that you had to do alone in class, okay? In this case, you have a square, okay? And the shaded area is from this square, you have to subtract the area of the circle, okay? When to this square you subtract the area of the circle, you are left with these little pieces over here that are the shaded area, okay? So the first thing you have to do is to find the area of the square. The area of a square is the side by side. In this case, is 8 centimeters multiply 8 centimeters, which is 64 centimeters square, okay? Now you have to find the area of the circle. For the area of the circle, we know that the formula is P R square. But which is the value of the radius? The radius is the value from the center to the side of the circumference, okay? So if all this is the diameter is 8, then the radius has to be 4 centimeters, okay? So you replace R with 4, and then you have to solve this, okay? You have to solve this with the calculator. So this is either 16p, if you have to leave the answers in terms of p, 16p centimeters square, or the area is 50.2627 with 2 decimal places centimeters square, okay? This is the area of the circle. Now what you have to do, you have to subtract the area of the shaded area is the area of a square, that is 64 centimeters square minus 50.27 centimeters square. Okay, once you solve this, the area is 13.73 centimeters square, okay? Now for the perimeter. The perimeter of the shaded area is all this circumference, the perimeter of the circle, all this is around the shaded area, and also all these sides. All these sides, okay? That is the perimeter of the shaded area, okay? So you have to find the perimeter for the circumference and then the perimeter for the square. The perimeter of the square is 8 centimeters. You can either plus 8 centimeters plus 8 centimeters plus 8 centimeters, or since it's a square, you can do 8 centimeters multiply 4, because you have 8 centimeters 4 times. So 8 multiplied by 4 is 32. So the perimeter of the square is 32. Now you have to find the perimeter of the circumference, okay? How to find that? The perimeter of circumference is 2p multiplied r, when r is the radius, and in this case is 4. So the perimeter of the circumference is 2p multiplied 4, this 8p centimeters. If you're asked to leave the answer in terms of p, or if they ask you to give you the answer in decimal, then the answer will be, so the answer of the circumference in decimal will be 25.13 with 2 decimal places. So the perimeter is the sum of the perimeter of the square plus the perimeter of the circumference. So that will be, so in this case, the perimeter will be 32 centimeters plus 25.13 centimeters, and this will be 57.13 centimeters, okay? Always important to write the units, okay? If not, the exercise is wrong. So this is how you solve the exercise, the individual exercise that we have done, that you did in class, okay? I will send you this file in the classroom, okay? Try to work in class with the exercises that are in the book and the ones that I give you, that I send you in this file.